Hello and welcome to this mid-morning taste challenge. We have two bourbon whiskeys, and I guess that's how they're similar. Now this is Daviess County, Kentucky Sour Mash Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 96 proof. The brand Daviess County was introduced in 1936. Now they claim it goes back to the 1870s, but it's not a continuous line. And although it was introduced in 1936, the brand name on the the trademark, the website says reintroduced for your drinking pleasure or something like that. So this is not really that old. But the truth is, the Daviess County brand bourbon does go back to 1936. This is the Cobalt Blue Label, the double mash bill version. Two bourbons blended together, both at least 4 years old. All right, at least 4 years old. A high-rye bourbon blended together with a wheated bourbon, a 2-in-1 bourbon. All right, produced for Lux Row Distillers, but like I've been saying in these taste challenges, you might find a newer bottle, and I don't think this bottle's old, but you might find a newer bottle that says produced by Lux Row Distillers, because their distillery is open now. It might have got delayed because of the pandemic. I didn't show what this is. This is James America's Outlaw Bourbon. I do see this around. A bottle of this runs about $17, so it's inexpensive. But this is a liter bottle. I'm talking about the regular bottle, $17. This is a liter bottle, so you would assume it's going to cost more. But I found this bottle for $7.99 at Savannah Discount on Louisiana Highway 45, northbound in Marrero, Louisiana. True story. Found it a few years ago. $7. I didn't know a thing about Jesse James. I mean, I knew about Jesse James, you know what I'm talking about, but I'm talking about the bourbon. And for $7.99, I said it's worth the risk, and it certainly has been. It's nothing great, but then it was $7.99. Kevin Johnson says, "Where is Daviess County located? Kentucky?" Yeah, somewhere in like the northwestern part, I think. Okay, make sure I got the right labels. I do. Get that water out of there. All right. 2-year aged. It's only aged 2 years. This is a variant. If you look at the website, they're showing a 3-year age, charcoal filtered, charcoal mellowed. Good old Savannah Discount. They have to have mafia ties with all of their insanely low prices. Well, we hate to use those kind of terms. All right, I don't know what they do. They just have good connections or something. We hope it's not illicit. I haven't been over there about 2 years, so I don't know. I don't exactly know if they still got those great prices. I assume they do on vary. Their things vary. I might have gone there a year ago. I don't recall buying anything though. Just looking around. But the thing about them, it's not like everything's all cheap. It's like some of the stuff, most of it's just regular price. But then you know how it works. You'll run across some super special, probably on something like Jesse James that is not particularly well known. But it doesn't mean it's bad just because it's not well known. People will say that's an off brand, meaning it's not mainstream. Well, yeah, but it doesn't, just because it's not mainstream and you haven't seen a magazine ad or a television commercial for it, doesn't mean it's going to be bad. It might be good. And many times, and frankly, most times, it's good. It's just a little peculiar or different or something like that. And I don't see anything wrong with it. I did not pay the full price for the Daviess County, which was about $38 to $40. No, I paid $14.99 for this bottle. True story at Mathern's, and I don't think they got the kind of ties you talking about. $14.99. I don't know how they got it for $14.99, a $40 bottle. Certainly didn't question it. I just bought it. Okay. Now, appearance. Looks like the Jesse James is actually darker. And it's bourbon. They're not adding coloring. It's not blended bourbon or anything like that. Where did you purchase the Johnny Walker Blue Label? Savannah Discount. Now that you mention it, and I did get it for $226 plus tax. Everybody else had it at least at $240. The lowest I saw anywhere was like $242, and I got it for $226. Sure, it's not that price now, but I wouldn't pay that kind of money again for whiskey. But I figured once in my life I'll go hit the high end. I would love to see a review Eagle Rare 10-year aged whiskey. It's my favorite. I actually have a review of that. I might have two. I know David, my friend David and I tried it years ago. I don't remember if I recorded it, and we liked it. Well, he always likes it. And then just this very year, we did, I'm pretty sure it was this year, we did a revisit of it, and it was good again. But I never bought it. I know I can get it for $30, but I never bought it. Let me mix these up a little bit more, then we'll do the challenge, and then that's it. This will count for Wednesday, okay? Tomorrow we're doing, I don't want to do a taste challenge tomorrow, really, because we're doing iced tea beers tomorrow, iced tea themed beers. It's hard for a lot of people to find Eagle Rare. It may be more common in Louisiana because the headquarters of the Sazerac company is only about 32 miles from here, so it might favor their local area. I'm just guessing. I don't really know if that's true, but it seems that way. This smells kind of dull. But, honestly, I never did think that in all these challenges that the Daviess County had that much aroma. But it was on fire with the taste. I mean, the taste is where it was at. It was just coming out strong on flavor. I tried to buy it online, and I paid $60 for it. They charged me $120 on my card and never delivered. I got scammed. You definitely got scammed. I'm sorry that happened. Hi, Mr. T. Hello to you, Craig. Swenson in New England, in Maine. Look, I never buy any kind of beer, wine, or liquor online. I barely buy anything online. Maybe not this t-shirt. They sent it to me because the beer was spoiled. But like those Major League Baseball t-shirts I wear and caps. And I'll get it from MLB.com, not from Jerry's t-shirt emporium in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I'm like, All right, taste. I think the Daviess County should win easily, but sometimes you can be well fooled. This tastes like 80 proof. Oh, I didn't put the proof. Oh, I feel so silly. $80 proof. That's a minimum. But it's allowed. If you go below 80 proof, it's not a bourbon. In fact, it's not even a whiskey. It's a distilled specialty spirit. That is allowed. They should be held accountable for scamming me. They essentially stole from, well, yeah, they did steal from you. That was illegal. If you steal somebody's money, that's a crime. It's not a bad business. I mean, it is a bad business practice, but it's not what we call a bad business practice. It's a crime. It's a felony. $200, $100. Butch Willie. Hello to you, Butch. Okay. But there's no beer or wine or liquor I want so bad I'm going to order on the internet. I can't say for y'all. I'm saying for me. You might say, haven't you always wanted to try fill in the blank? Yeah, I have always wanted to try fill in the blank. But I'm not going to go crazy trying to find it. I know what beer tastes like. I know what wine tastes like. And I know what whiskey tastes like. I can deal with not tasting everything. I'm sure it's very nice, whatever this is, whatever my mind is leading me to think about. But, I mean, there's so much I can get around here to keep me occupied. So this is obviously the Daviess County. It's got a lot more body. Hello, Burley Sullivan. He says, you, back to you. It's got more body, more character, more flavor, more everything. It ought to. It's 96 proof. So we're talking about 8% more alcohol. It's aged at least 2 years longer, at least 2 years, because the Jesse James bottle that I have now, you can find others say 3 years, but the bottle I have says 2 years. So obviously they're different releases. So back to the. Oh, I didn't even check to see if I was right, although I know I'm right. Yep, that's Daviess County. Now, a few things about the Jesse James. America's Outlaw Bourbon from Jesse James Dupree, Jesse James Spirits. Is it worth buying? For $17, that's questionable, highly questionable. I say no. But for the $7.99 for a liter that I paid, oh yeah, obviously it's worth that. And it's a pretty nice in flavors. Get the sweet corn, mild mellow, soft body, almost like it has wheat in it. Easygoing. It's not called straight bourbon because it's probably got this. They're probably using bourbons from around the United States and just bottling it and blending it and bottling it in California. Perfectly legal, still bourbon. No matter what some people might tell you, oh no, it's not really bourbon. Well, it is. As long as it's aged in new charred oak barrels, right? And it's more than 51% or more corn, it's bourbon. This is obviously what could be 100% corn, but I know it isn't because it's got that wheat softness. Some people say it's got to be aged at least 2 years. That's not true. Bourbon can be aged 2 months and be bourbon, but it can't be straight bourbon. Okay, probably wouldn't be any good either. But yeah, I like it. Now, to be fair to this brand, this is the introductory level. I don't want you to think this is all they make. No. They make flavor ones. They make a cinnamon. They make a honey. Well, that's pretty much all the companies do that. But there's a barrel strength. There's a small batch, and so forth. If you look at the website, they're showing all the other bourbons, and I'm sure they're more elaborate than this, and probably more expensive. But this one's nice. I can't complain. I keep saying that. For an inexpensive, although why would I pay $17 for this when I could get Evan Williams 1783 extra age for $13.99? Clearly, I would never buy this. Why would I buy this when I could get Evan Williams Green Label 80 proof, also aged 3 years, charcoal mellowed as well, and sour mash for $9.98? Guess what? I wouldn't buy this. So it's a balancing act, but it's really not that hard to balance on during the act. You just, evaluate the products. This one is a good $38 to $40 bourbon, no doubt about it. Well made, has rich flavors, has power. The 96 proof has power, has some nuttiness, has vanilla, has the sweet corn, even some shade of fruitiness, although we wouldn't call it fruity. It's a real great bourbon. Well, let's not go overboard. It's a really nice bourbon. And I got a great value for, I got a great deal on it, $14.99, which is almost unbelievable, but it did happen. And but that's not the most unbelievable purchases I've ever made. I bought Dewar's 12-year aged. Dewar's 12-year age. If you find a handle of that, it's going to be $60 easily. Maybe you say, well, I found it for $55. Okay, maybe you might, maybe. 55. Talking about a handle now, I'm not talking about a regular bottle. But Mathern's had it for $14.99. This is the truth. They had 3 bottles in that discount basket. $14.99 for Dewar's 12-year age. This was years ago. I told my friend David, it's unbelievable. I'll tell him it's unbelievable. He drove here from over 20 miles away within an hour to buy it on a Saturday. He's like, I ain't passing that up. He was like a lightning bolt. He said, let's buy the 3rd bottle. We'll share it. I said, well, we could be greedy and buy it, but let's let somebody else have it. And but that thing there is just dynamite. And for $14.99, that's unheard of. That is the best. That you say, what's the best deal you ever got on whiskey? That's the deal. Believe me, that was the most primo deal I ever got. $14.99 for a handle. We talking about 1,750 milliliters of Dewar's 12-year age. That, and they call it the ancestor. That was the greatest deal ever. And I mean, I've had a lot of great deals, great deal experiences. I mean, yeah, I got a liter of Captain Morgan sliced apple rum, flavored rum for $3.99. That's pretty amazing too. But it's how can you get too excited about flavored whiskeys and rums and brandies and all that? I mean, it's kind of hard to get too excited about those kind of things. But although they're very good most of the time, they do a good job. Those companies do a really good job blending the flavors in, and I'm sure they got experts hired to only do that. Like they got a guy or a lady who only does the infusions. They say, look, you work for Smirnoff, you do infusions. That's all you do. Don't ever look at a regular bottle of vodka or you're fired. When we come in here, you better only be looking at what? Peanut butter flavored vodka, macadamia nut vodka, blackberry vodka, blackberry and coconut double up vodka. You know what I'm saying? And you better make it taste good. And people are going to buy that stuff all day long. So just do it. And they do it. Now, is it held in high regard? No, not really. But a lot of people buy it. In fact, millions every day. And that's what counts. So what does it hurt? It's like, oh, this is so tragic. A vodka tastes like coconut. Well, why is that? Why does that matter to you? Who is that hurt? How is that hurting you? Or a bourbon that's got honey in it. Now, is that going to satisfy the bourbon aficionados who study bourbon, live bourbon, dream about bourbon? Well, no, but it's not created to appeal to those type of people. The free bottle was the best. Yeah. I have gotten some free stuff. The Evan Williams Green Label says Kevin Johnston is the real winner. I stand by its quality and its compares in products like Jack Daniels. Actually, I know I may be crazy, but I prefer the Green Label over Jack Daniels. You might be crazy making that statement, but I do like the Evan Williams Green Label. I can't lie. I cannot lie. That old bottle from like 40 years ago, I remember that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Old Crow. Well, that's not really a deal. That's just a present. A deal is when you buy something that's so cheap. But yeah, that was a great gift. I can't say it wasn't. Oh, yeah. I mean, thank you, Bobby. Bobby gave me that bottle of Old Crow 1977 bottle and bond. It was aged 8 years from 1969 to 77. And I told him, I said, are you going to ever drink it? I mean, it's been in your cabinet over 40 years. I said, I'll buy it from you. I'm never going to drink it. He said, my son-in-law might drink it, but he'll just talk about it, but he'll never drink it. He'll just talk about it. He said, I got an old wild turkey too. I could bring him. He said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I said, okay, don't worry about it. I wasn't trying to pressure him. I can't miss something I never had, right? But the next day at work, here he comes. He's got the 2 bottles in the bag. I was shocked by that. Wild turkey bottle and bond. I mean, oh man, is the current wild turkey good? The current wild turkey is good. Some people will tell you no, but it is pretty. I didn't say it was great. I say it's good. It's nice. It's nice. But that bottle and bond, that was a warrior. 8-year age. That was a warrior. But somebody told me, don't open it. It's worth $200 or $300. I said, man, I don't have whiskey to sell or to keep. I drink it. It's like these comic books. People tell me all the time, oh, they worth so much money. I said, yeah. Does that look like money to you? It looks like boxes to me. I've never seen any cash from these all these years. People talking about it, but that's all talk. Now, were they worth anything to me? Yeah, because I read every issue, all 8,000. I don't know, it's like 8,600. I have it written down. I read every single issue, every one, front to back. Wasn't exactly classic literature, but I did read them. and I enjoy it. So that's what counts. And I didn't pay a fortune for it, although I guess if I did add up all the money, it would seem like a lot. But that's the value for me. Now these people running around talking about, oh, comic books, they're worth so much money. I used to believe that, but that's when I was 14 years old, or even 24 years old. By the time I was 34 years old, I realized, yeah, okay, it's a game and I'm not going to be part of the game. But it's like beer, beer is for drinking, whiskey's for drinking, comic books are for reading. If they're worth money, fine. But probably, yeah, you're not going to really make any money off of comic books. Okay. Maybe maybe I'm crazy, just the price that makes it taste like much better. It is a good price. I'm not going to argue it. That bottle made for some good videos. I know, those great videos. Now, Jack Daniels, Gentleman's Jack. You mean Gentleman Jack? Well, I never had Gentleman Jack except for 1 ounce at the distillery. And what kind of evaluation can you make from 1 ounce? The answer is you can't make any kind of evaluation. Some comic books are worth a lot, supposedly. I'm adding that to his comment. Supposedly, it depends on which copy and the condition of it. Oh yeah, okay. Like I got down there, I got Wolverine, the first appearance of Wolverine in the Incredible Hulk. Now, if I show you the issue, you're going to be stunned because this is in beautiful shape. Look like it just was printed like last week. And I got a good deal on it. Now people tell me, oh, that's worth some money. Look at the condition. It looks brand new. I say, okay, yeah, all right. I didn't buy it because I thought I was going to make money off of it. I bought it because I wanted it to complete my collection, which was every single Incredible Hulk issue from 1962 to when it was discontinued in 2015, which I have every issue from 1962 to 2015. Yeah, I got all of them, including the annuals. I worked hard to get those. Did I pay a lot so I could have it to sell? No, I paid a lot so I could have it. And I had 2 issues. I had 2. I had one that wasn't in good shape. But I ended up selling that one for as much to get my money back. So I ended up really like paying nothing. But so you say, what if somebody comes and pays you $400 for it? Well, to me, I think they're crazy to do that. But secondly, no, I'm not going to sell it because then I don't have it. Some only if you find Pappy Van Winkle will you make money. Yeah, right. You have the first appearance of Wolverine. Wow, that is crazy. Yep, 49 years ago it was printed. Weapon X. He arrived. Weapon X, the Canadian Special Forces. Sort of like Captain America. It was like, remember, Captain America was invented by American Special Forces during World War II to be a super soldier. And then Wolverine was developed by Canada's Special Forces to be special, like a weapon, a human being, but a weapon. You said, I didn't know Canada was involved in all of that. Well, they're part of the Commonwealth, British Commonwealth, so they're involved in all of that. But most of it's not on the news. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they have cyborgs out there or stuff like that. I'm saying, but they got special forces doing certain things in certain Eastern European countries, which we'll not name at this time. Now the guys are talking to each other. Cheers, Louisiana Liquor Reviews. The Biden administration says 2 drinks a day should be sufficient. Do you agree? I agree if you've gone mad. Well, they dropped that yesterday, I think. You see, they realize they're sabotaging their own future by saying, we're going to outlaw menthol cigarettes and cigars. We think people should only drink 2 beers a day. We believe Americans love totalitarianism. And now the feedback is like really negative. So they're like, oh yeah, no, we're libertarian. We think you should make your own decisions. Wink, wink. And because they're getting a little nervous, you know what I mean? That's right. Incredible Hulk 181. Well, actually it's 180. Because if you look at number 180, it's when Wolverine is dropped from the helicopter at the very end of the story. And he's like, the Wolverine. Da, da, da. And then 181 is when they fight. You know how Marvel Comics, they always fight, right? And then 182 is when he leaves. So Wolverine's like, well, I have to leave now. I've got my own appointments, which may or may not be related to a new X-Men, an all new, all different X-Men. You know, that's why the whole story existed, because they were getting ready to bring out the all new, all different X-Men, but they had to set the stage. Actually, they did set the stage in the Incredible Hulk, like over a number of years, because if you remember, 1972, the Incredible Hulk was fighting some, I don't know, some motorcycle gang, some they were like a race with the devil or something. And then all of a sudden, at the like inexplicably at the end of the story, the X-Men showed up. They're like, da na na, remember us? And people are like, even the Hulk was like, Hulk maybe remembers you, you know. And then they're like, we may be around more than you think. And so then I have that. And then 2 years later in 74, then Weapon X shows up, Wolverine. But they were trying to test the waters, and then, well, we know what happened in 75. Everyone knows what happened there. They say a graded 9 Wolverine is worth 7,000 or 47,000. Well, I don't know if mine's a graded 9. Mine's maybe a graded 7 or 8. Okay, I'll take 40 for it. All right, give me 40,000. You got it. Do you have the first appearance of Silver Surfer? Well, you talking about Fantastic Four number 50? I'm not talking about this. Oh wait, wrong box. Did have the right box. I forgot all the annuals. Oh, me. I get so confused. I'm sorry for the delay. You talking about? Okay, time to cut these lamps off. I don't need them on anymore. Plus, I'm getting ready to go get something to eat. You talking about this? I'm not at liberty to discuss that topic. We don't discuss those type of things on this channel. I do have this, though. Yeah. We won't go into it. Other things, but why mention it? You know what I'm saying? All right. So, I know it's hard to find. Do you have a bottle of Coors Arctic Ice? I used to. No, but I know what you're talking. I do have a bottle of Coors Ice, Coors Dry. I do have a bottle of Coors Dry, and I'm going to put that in a video soon. Coors Dry. Bought that in 1998 in Bryant, Texas. I think I'm naming the wrong town, but out in western Texas. Red Wolf. Yep, I have that. I'm doing fine, Todd. Your collection is amazing. Oh, thank you. All right, well, y'all take care now. Bye-bye, everybody. Yeah. All right. See y'all next go around.